What's up, guys? My name's KhaoticK, back at you guys a little one today, coming at you guys with another substance review. And like I said in the last one of DMXC, I was going to review 4-HO-MIPT, because this chemical is very interesting to me. It's pretty sedating as well. I've fallen asleep like quite a bit on this substance. I don't know what it is. It's really tiring. So it's heavy on the serotonin there, I would expect. Other than that, it's very entactogenic and also sexual. So, yeah. Anyways, other than that, let's get right into the video. 4-HO-MIPT is a very interesting chemical. Now, this one is active sort of in like the 4-ACO-DMT, 4-ACO-DET, EPT, even MET kind of dosage range. Yeah, that's a lot of chemicals I just said. But anyways, so it's active in the freaking 25 to 40 milligram range. I would say 20 to 40 milligram. Don't quote me. But it would say that on Psychonaut Wiki. So, and then the trip can get pretty intense, I would expect. I don't really know how intense. You know, I don't really want to push it with these psychedelics anymore. I'm really just the kind of guy that just wants to get a little high. So, I just be doing it, you know, sometimes. Not all the time. I usually, you know, save it for weekends. And it gives me something to look forward to after the stressful work week. And yeah, it's just really nice. It's a fun chemical. And then let me get into the combo with this. I actually combined it with DMXC, of course. And it was very interesting, highly sedating. And yeah, don't expect to be doing anything on the substance. I gotta be honest. It's very tiring. Honestly, it's not even the best for like a club. Like 5-MeO-MIPT would be better for a club than this. That's stimulating, and this one is not stimulating. I don't know what it is. It's just very, very sedating and just a little bit trippy. There's very little visuals. I don't know if I got some inactive form of it or something. It doesn't really make me want to do it that much. I gotta be honest, you know, as good as it is, it's not that visual. So if you're going into it thinking you're in trip balls, you're gonna have to push the envelope a lot more with this substance because it's just not gonna be active in the dosage range that you expect. Like I took 20 milligrams of this stuff. It barely made me trip. It was like all mental. It was all psychological. It was more of like a entactogen where it just kind of affects you like inwardly, if that makes any sense. Like you're not going to trip balls on this. You're just going to go into some self-review, kind of like a meditative state. And it's very interesting how it hits you like that. You know, I really enjoy the chemical. I actually do think this would be better suited for meditating or something spiritual where you ground yourself mentally and energetically because, you know, nowadays we're all, you know, hoity-toity. We have to be hype, you know, with the shit that's going down, and we got to be ready. And that's how my brain functions. So, anyways, yeah. Getting back into what the effects really were. So when it came on, it felt very interesting. It felt very sedating. Like I said, I can't stress that enough. I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout the video. Very tiring. And to me, that's kind of boring. It's really just bringing out the psychological state of my inner mind, though. You know, nowadays I'm just so kind of burnt out, you know, from working, content creation, everything. You only have a limited supply of dopamine or adrenaline or something because you start burning out and then you start running on reserves. Yeah, you're going to be stressed the fuck out. You're going to stress out. And this chemical, not just a thing, this chemical actually resets that. I would say that's the best part about this chemical. It would actually, you know, restore your serotonin levels. If you've been taking too many dopaminergic drugs, this one would actually restore your serotonin levels. And I've seen it and felt it do that. So, meaning like, yeah, it just helps calm you down. And who wouldn't want that? It's almost like anti-anxiety as well. There's really no anxiety on this RC that I've experienced personally. I don't know about the come up though. I'm sure the come up is always anxietal. But with this one, it just wasn't at all. And I barely noticed it. And then one time it kicked in and I was already asleep. And then I was like, wait, I just slept off the whole night on that stuff. Like it never woke me up. It just made me completely tired. And it literally kicked in as I was falling asleep. And usually when a psychedelic kicks in, when you know, before you fall asleep, you're not going to fall asleep. But this one wasn't stimulating at all. So I fell right to sleep. I even think it caused me to sleep. I don't even think it was anything else. It's very, very tiring. And I would say that's actually perfect for certain settings, social events. I would even think this one would be better for, like anything, like socially. if you need to pair with something stimulating, this would be actually a very, very good combo. It would actually help kind of balance out the sedating and stimulating effect of the combo. It would balance it out. It would balance it all out, and it would just be the best option for you, you know? But other than that, I would say it's similar with 5-MeO MIPT, being that it's way more entactogenic. I even think maybe it's a little empathogenic, but not really. It doesn't release serotonin, it just stimulates it, but it's quite interesting how it does it. So for some reason, the MIPT molecule, depending on, you know, what structure is attached, it can either be stimulating or it could be sedating. And this one is the sedating version of MIPT. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I wonder what MIPT feels like by itself, you know, without the 4-hydroxy group or the 5-MeO group. I really wonder what MIPT feels like. Leave it down in the comments if you ever tried that, by the way. And I don't know how I get my hands on it, but hopefully one day. You never know. But anyways, with this chem, like I said, I feel like you could push the envelope a lot more. I don't know if maybe I have some weird cross tolerance or something, but it just doesn't hit. So I would have to probably push up to 30 to 40 milligrams to actually get some trippy effect from this. Because 20 milligrams and below, it's just really not that active, you know? And maybe I was getting the dosage a little wrong. Maybe I was taking a little less than usual. Maybe my scale was off. I'm not sure. You know, it's hard to get like a very, very, you know, precise scale without spending hundreds of dollars. And I don't want to do that. It's not worth it to me. You know, I'm not that much of a connoisseur, I guess you could say. But, you know, however, I do want to make sure I measure my drugs down to the last milligram. And unfortunately, you can't do that with these lower dosed psychedelics, you know, with these 4-ACO DMT like molecules. It's just lower dosage. And if you go 100 milligrams or more with these drugs, you're going to be tripping balls and really, really go into a trip. Anyways, yeah, it's just not really what you want to do. So you got to be careful no matter what. I took a lower dose when I first tried it because, you know, knowing that I just don't want to take a high dose my first time. And, you know, I kind of wish I did. But hey, I still have more. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to make sure I either double the dose or at least add half of that initial dose. Because, yeah, I need to at least try 30 milligrams, maybe work my way up to 40. But it depends, you know. And I would say this combined with the dissociative, it's just like any other psychedelic, man. Goes together like bread and butter. And it's a very good combo. I like it. I enjoy it. And I hope you guys too, you know. Leave it down in the comments if you guys have ever tried 4-HO MIPT. Because, yeah, honestly, it is worth a try. This is more of a meditative drug. It's not going to be too visually stimulating, so if you have anxiety, that's probably the best bet. Other than that, it might trigger anxiety. You never know. If you have an anxiety disorder, yeah, I mean, it's not going to really do much. But it may or may not help. I would say this is actually a pretty calm, relaxing psychedelic. And I can't really find any other chemical to relate it to other than 5-MeO MIPT, but that is stimulating, you know? So, yeah, I'm not sure. But this one was like probably the most sedating, less stimulating psychedelic I've ever tried. And I really can't stress this enough. Maybe shrooms could be sedating a little bit in the beginning, but this one was just entirely different. But I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good chemical. And would I try it again? Yes. I would try it again combined with something, though, because if it's not combined, it's just not really that, you know, effective. I would say, yeah, you'd want to take this with something else that's a lot more visual, a lot more visually demanding. Yeah, I would like a lot more visually demanding substance. So, yeah, if you're looking for that chemical, you're going to have to try a lot harder because this one is just not there with it. But I would say, yeah, it's very similar to the 4-hydroxy, 4-ACO groups attached to that DMT-like structure. So, yeah, it's a very, very good tryptamine. I would really, really think that tryptamines are, you know, therapeutic. This one is not that different than the other ones and could actually be a lot more therapeutic if you're looking for something a lot more internal, a lot more just relaxing, okay? But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about 4-HO MIPT. Please leave it in the comments if you guys have ever tried 4-HO MIPT and what dosage and just anything else with that. I love to hear your stories. And then please join my harm reduction and substance Discord. We have a lot of members coming in and a lot more on the way. Let's reach 200 members. We're almost there. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And then, yeah, stay tuned for the next one.